All right, Dr. George Schofield joins us today. Good
morning.
And we're talking about
Act Your Age this morning. I had an experience where a woman in her 70s, her mid-70s, decided she wanted to roll down a grassy bank with her grandchildren, and she did. And her children, the grown-ups, said, "Mother, you can't do that, act your age." So I thought, because every week we talk about something that happened during the week that's important to our viewers, I thought we should talk about act your age.
I think that's fantastic. It's a phrase I don't like. So, yeah.
I don't either, but there it was in front of me in a completely different context with grown children telling their mother to act older than she was deciding to. So where it comes from, I think, is when we're children. Did you have an experience when you were a child of your mother or your father wanting you to behave in a different way, and they said, act your age? And I think it's worked its way into our vocabulary and our ideas pretty solidly, to tell you the truth.
I agree. How do you kind of break from that? Should we be making our own choices, not worrying about that?
That's what's so important about now, if you will, because age is no longer the primary determiner. So it works a couple of ways, one of which is my wife and I took a lady in her 80s to the Roo on the river, and they had music, and she said, "Oh, I wish I could dance." And I said, "Well, why can't you?" So she got her walker, and she and I danced, and she swung her feet back and forth, and we got a round of applause, by the way.
Awesome.
So she just didn't have to act 85. She could go out in her head and do anything she wanted.
That's fantastic. So that's one of your examples.
That would be one of my examples. So I think what's really important, what really the message is, the only one who can determine what age appropriate now in today's world is you. You can decide. You might pay attention to how much pressure you're under from the people in the society around you. My own personal example would be that several years ago, I was with my son and daughter-in-law and their 4 daughters, and we were in a resort, and I went down every water slide more than once, a couple of times with a 2-year-old wrapped in my arms. It's not something that most grandfathers at that stage might do, but it really had my grandchildren see me differently, and we had a chance then to flip it. So I would take each of them one at a time to a hotel with a white tablecloth and a napkin and a waiter, because I wanted them to have the experience of sitting there starting at age 5 and having a conversation with me and knowing what all these tools were, from menu to waiter. So we get to decide.
I love it. Love it, as always. All right.
All right.
Already looking forward to next week.
Good. Me too.
All right.
All right.
See you
next week.